Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is me, your brother, your friend, Yomani Steven, right here this evening. Guys, I decided to come out tonight, to just talk on some few things. The topic we have there is quite clear. Why Governor Obaseki afraid to sign the anti-grazing law? Why Governor Obaseki is afraid to sign the anti-grazing law? So this is your first time following up, please kindly subscribe to Nigeria YouTube channels and also follow me on Matter Rising with Human Steven and United States of Nigeria or my private Facebook page, Area Matter Steven, to get the latest updates on politics today in Nigeria and also in Edo State. You guys, please just press your share button, guys. Give us some thumbs up and let's this broadcast. Let us see how we can make it go viral. Why Governor Obaseki afraid to sign the anti-grazing law and his visit to President Muhammadu Buhari? This whole issue is boiling down to one very particular thing: fear. I want to let Your Excellency, sir, the truth of the matter is this: the people elected you. During your 2020 general and gubernatorial election in Edo State, you made a promise to Edo people that you're going to end every form of godfatherism. And who are godfathers? Godfathers are people that actually act as a demigods to other people. Either they are in the political setting, in the religious setting, or in the traditional setting. Your major fight during the September 2020 election was an end to godfatherism. That was one of your major fight. And it was that very particular fight that you brought up that made the Edo people to queue behind you. Not just because of your developmental strife, no. It was because of your stand that the money meant for Edo people should be used for Edo people. That the money meant for Edo people should be used for Edo people. And Edo must be first as far as the governance of the state is concerned. And when many of us heard that, we glued to your agenda of making Edo great again manifesto. We felt this is the best that the Edo people have ever had in this Fourth Republic dispensation. We actually fought vigorously for you in every area to make sure that your election was free, fair, and credible. The last election was practically more interesting than even the general election of 2019. Why were the Edo people so adamant, both home and in diaspora? Bear in mind, sir, your 2019 general election, gubernatorial election, was the first in its kind where the diasporas were actively participating on every elections. Where campaigns were done independently all over the world, in all the continent of the world, in every corner of the world that there is an Edo man, there was a campaign for Governor Obaseki. We aren't voting because we do not have the right to vote, but we're using our influences here to pressure our family back home to support your candidacy for a second term. We aren't regretting yet, as some people presume we do. We supported you not because of any benefit attached to it. We supported you because we wanted to actually see a better Edo in our time. We want to leave a legacy behind to say, yeah, in our time we fought very hard, and at the end of the day, we got what we wanted in the person of Governor Obaseki of Edo State. We wanted to change the narrative of things, sir. That prompted the Edo people to queue behind you and ready to face every odds that will be coming, that will be coming your way. We fought the likes of late Captain Osa Okombo. We fought the likes of Comrade Adam Fale Oshomole. We fought the likes of Samson Osage. We fought, just name them, continue to name them. We fought them to a standstill because we believe in your agenda. So let's fast forward a little bit forward right now, sir. You came with a bright idea, very fantastic one. A well-articulated ideas on your mega agenda. Fantastic. And we all were happy, believing that something's about to happen. Nearly 1 year down the line, more than a year after your re-election, and 1 year into the beginning of your second term, we are still seeing the mirage of your second term. We still have hope in you because we believe you will not want to leave your name being rubbed in the mud. There came 3 basic things that is affecting the lives of the Edos today, apart from the infrastructure that have been so, dilapidated, all over the state, which we feel is not actually your fault because the subsequent administrations have not actually done so well also. So you can't do everything overnight. We understand that. So we are asking you do your best. Let your best be visible for the entire Edos to see. Apart from the roads that are not quite motorable, you've done a lot of roads within the Benin metropolis, the Benin center. You've done a lot of roads, and I give you kudos for that. Okay, you've done most of the adjacent roads, the link road. You've done them. That is beautiful. I give you kudos for that, sir. And we are also asking you to, as a matter of fact, talk to these contractors that is doing Ekewan Road, Texami Road, Iyoba Street, and some other adjacent streets that are not really moving forward the way they ought to move also. Okay? That's not actually my concern tonight. Now, there are 3 basic fundamental issues that is actually troubling Edo people. One is the insecurity along the Benin-Auchi road. 2, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 3, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 4, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 5, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 6, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 7, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 8, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 9, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 10, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 11, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 12, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 13, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 14, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 15, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 16, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 17, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 18, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 19, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 20, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 21, the ravaging AK-47 Fulani herders. 22, the ravaging AK-47 And 3, your delay in signing this very particular bill that will be approved or agreed by all the Southern governors into play. And my question is, why is the governor afraid to sign this bill? It was in Asaba in May 17, 2021, represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Comrade Felix Shaibu. He was in Lagos in July 2021 himself, and he was in Enugu in September in 2021, and he was in Port Harcourt a few days ago of the South Zone or caucus, of the Governors Forum in October 2021. In all these 4 meetings that have been held by the South governors, there was one thing that was very, very vocal, was the enactment of the anti-grazing law in order to control or to checkmate the excesses of the criminal elements among the elders, which have lived with us for over 60 years of our existence as a nation. And the reason, just 1 minute, guys. Let me. Mommy, real life. Okay. Sorry, guys. That's the mommy diaspora. The reason why I think the entire Southern governors will actually putting pressure on themselves is to protect their lives, their properties of their citizenries or their indigents of their different states within the Southern zone of the state. Immediately after that was put up, every other Southern state started putting up their laws. You were there, right there during the meetings. And I as a man, if I was in your shoe in that meeting, I would have had my reservations on the proposed law in the Southern Nigeria. I would have said, oh, this is the reason why I feel we should take a little bit it slowly so that we don't make a law that is not efficient or not being able to implement or to enforce. But I think you didn't say anything in that meeting. You accepted the communique. You actually signed on the communique. And the communique was read as an agreement that was reached by the entire 17 governors that made up the Southern Nigeria. And every other ones went into action. They started putting up the laws. They've not started implementing the law right now, because you can't put a law today and expect the law to be implemented the same day. It's not done anywhere in the world. Okay? When laws are put, particularly when the law is involving the citizenry, it takes time. You give them a grace, 6 months or thereabout, for them to be able to readjust their system of modus operandis before they can get into the new system. Everyone started putting up their laws, and we are waiting for Edo, who is today is the heartbeat of the nation, the central point, the transit line between the South and the North. We are the transit point of every state between the South and the North. We didn't get it on time. Some of us became a little bit worried. What is happening, sir? Why haven't we heard from you? Why haven't you actually come out to 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 uh, to say something about the law? About the law, people like me and many other people came out putting pressure on the government to actually do the needful, so that we know the position of the government. Alas, you called a town hall meeting for Monday, which is 11th day of October 2021. And the entire Edo City and Edo City diaspora were filled with joy, believing a new dawn is about to come as far as security issues was concerned. We all came prepared, wanting to actually know what's going to be the outcome of that town hall meeting, how we're going to do it to make sure that every one of us, go home happy, celebrating for the wonders that is about to happen to us. Okay, while we're in the meeting, everybody was apprehensive of what is going to be the outcome. We're a little bit disappointed when we found out that the angle at which the meeting was now being geared into was not in confirmation with the yearnings and the will of the people. As a leader, not a ruler, as a leader, you must, as a matter of fact, listen to the yearnings of the people. As a leader, you must have the ears of the people. You rule the people with the people's mandate. You aren't a military dictator that was appointed by one man at the central. You are on the mandate of over 4.5 million Edolites for you to sit in the saddle to be the first citizen of Edo State. And I expect, putting political affiliation or political family aside, that the people of Edo State should be your first constituency. When the meeting was going on, a lot was happening that humanity, wasn't really comfortable with. People have their own different interpretations to every different issues that happens. But that issue there was not one that I was comfortable with. I knew something was wrong. But I was expecting you to have spoken out the way you did during Oshomole's, plan, purported plan of being a godfather to you. I was expecting you to have stood your ground to say, this won't happen to my people. The interest of selected few should not override the interest of the general people. If there is war in Edo State today, the state will become ungovernable. You just saw what happened in Anambra, where the federal government was about to declare a state of emergency. You tried, with all honesty, to defend the Fulanis cattle breeders. Guys, just a minute, guys. Okay. You tried to defend them. Reasons, I can tell. As at that point in time. Then we began to have an ESA. That some people within the corridor of power, both in the APC and the PDP, some traditional leaders own 70% of the cattle in Edo State, being read by the Fulani herders. When I heard that yesterday from a very reliable source right now, very reliable source, I was pissed off. You know, I was pissed off, guys, because I expected the governor to have done the same thing he did during the election, standing on the side of the people. Our people have been killed. Our people have been maimed. Our people have been raped by these people. We the Edos do not give a hoot about how people make their money, but not on the blood of the Edo people. I said it in one of my shows. If our father is Royal Majesty Obaiware II Ogidi the Great, owns cattle, if underlined, what he expects to do is to actually get a ranch to keep his cattle. If the chiefs, I don't know, Estama Bini, Bobizua, Zeyamu, and they should get a ranch to keep their cattle. If you can't get a ranch, I will advise you to sell your cattle and leave the business alone. I run a poultry farm today. I bought my land, I built my pens, I provided water, everything that is needed, I did it. Let me tell you something, guys. It is more expensive. Go ask anybody. It is more expensive to start up a poultry farm than starting up a ranch. What you needed in the kind of ranch that is being operative in Africa is just a parcel of land, be fenced around with either sticks, net, or block fence. And that's it. With the house where the people who control them stays in, and water. So you don't spend so much as you spend when you're actually running the poultry farms. And if the poultry farmers, there are people in Benin that I know that runs 100,000. Okay. So if you are running sometimes I wonder why cattle has become the talk of the town. When we are supposed to be talking about something good, we are talking about what is not even relevant to the governance of Edo State. Your Excellency, sir, how much do you get from cattle herders as task? How much is the tax that the state government gets from the cattle herders? How much? So why will you, the people's governor, wants to please some selected few individuals and gets the generality of your people? Why? Why will you, sir, want us to give lands or for the federal government to come in? Listen, because when you went to the president, this was my anger. You go to the president had no issue with me. You are all politicians, you are all the same anyways. But my anger is while you were briefing the journalists after the meeting, while you were briefing after the meeting, you told the journalist that you came to brief the president on the outcome of the town hall meeting. It's like you are seeking the approval of the president before you sign it. You are asking, is it possible that I sign it or not? That's number one. That's my own thinking. Number two, you say you came to solicit for fund because building ranches are expensive. Your Excellency, sir, do you know the cost of building a poultry farm? The most expensive kind of business to do is the poultry business. Ask anybody. It's the most expensive of all. How many times have we had a town hall meeting to regulate the excessive increase in the price of poultry feeds? I remember, I think it was in July or thereabout, there was a protest on the excessive increase in the price of catfish feed. There was a point, there was a time, a feed that we were buying for 3,000, it became 6,000, it became 7,450. Because I actually have a fish farm also. And the market women do not accept a high increase at the same time. So this actually destroys the economy value of these farmers. But yet people are still striving in providing these services and production for the people consumption. Nobody talks about them. Nobody tries to do anything to help them. But we are always concentrating on the cattle herders. Why are the cattle dealers Very, very important. Are they actually, is there something they aren't telling us, that they are more superior people in this contraction called Nigeria, or we are just trying to play on the intelligence of the people? Yeah, hello. Yeah.
For the safety of our people, which is the greatest concern of every government. Safety of lives and property. I think nobody in the right senses will allow his people to be killed. You know, if you listen to Obaseki very well, please, just follow me the way I've been following you. If you listen to Obaseki, number one, he said open grazing are dated. It's no longer in vogue. It's a thing of the past. It cannot work within our but which means it's not for it. Am I right or wrong?
We are listening. Go ahead.
Okay, if it's outdated, according to him, I will play if you like. I will listen to it. But, you know, sometimes we're all human. When we listen to somebody talk, we try to assimilate in different perspectives. We don't get issues. We don't, our level of understanding is different. If you say if you're in a class, you teach 50 students, and you give them a test.
Sir, hold on, sir. You just going out of the line. The issue is what is the misunderstanding? Can you just go to the point because of time?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not surprised that people have different meanings to what the man said. Then my own understanding is what I'm trying to point out. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm not against you. You are not against me. We are looking for the best for our people, right?
Yeah.
So please, let's be analytical and let's be educative and be informative so that we think we can have a balance, my brother.
Okay. You just hold on. I don't know if you can hold on a little bit on the line now. So let me try to correct some things you said now. Nobody said Obaseki wants what's it called? The open grazing to continue. He said it's outdated. We're asking, he's saying that setting up a ranch, these are two contradicting words, sir.
Okay, let me like, I have listened to you, but let me give you the point. If I'm wrong, you're not correct.
Okay, yeah, do that now, do that.
I want us to cross-fertilize ideas.
Go ahead, we are listening.
Okay, number one, if he agrees that the open grazing is outdated, which means it's not for it, right? Yeah, number two, what would be the alternative?
Yeah.
We say, we just mention our father now, the palace, some businessmen. You know, it is a granting of a king. Cattle is also a business, right? People are involved, right?
Yeah. Just go ahead, please. Go ahead. Time. I don't have the time.
Okay. This is the problem we have sometimes even in the church. If one person is talking, another person has no opportunity to contribute, it becomes a problem, and there will be misinformation. So, what is the alternative? He's saying the alternative should be, this week cannot be driven away now. They have been living with us now. They have been with us. They still want to maintain their business. We are facing us. As we try to protect our interests, we also affect other interests, right? To protect the other people's interests. I'm not in Nigeria. I'm not in Benin. I don't have capital business. I'm not liaison with Fulani. I don't even like their modus operandi. But what I'm saying is, they are in business. He has not the interest of other people. So what is the alternative? The alternative is, okay, ranching. You support ranching, I support ranching, right? And the guy went to Abuja yesterday. You just said something just now that he wants money to go and do that. That was not what you said, my friend, Mr. Steven. What the man said is he has come to see the president. Now that we agree that open grazing is outdated, it's not fit for anybody. It's causing a lot of confusion and conflict between farmers and herders. He has come to Abuja to take advantage so that the cattle raiders in Benin, those are interested in the cattle business in Benin, can take advantage of the government program. Not this. No, this is very important. To take advantage of what government is giving out to people so that those that are interested in Benin can also take advantage of that program. Government support. That's what he said. He's not looking for money to come and do that.
Sir, maybe, hold on, sir.
Let me conclude this one, please. Let me conclude this one. It's just like agriculture. In agriculture, I do not see government.
Sir, it's like you are misunderstanding the whole thing right now. I think I need to actually, you need to just put the phone off. You can call back later. Let me try to buttress what you are trying to say now. That will help us.
This is my problem.
No, listen now, Oga, listen. I've given you 6 minutes. I've given you 6 minutes. In a show, we don't even give up to 6 minutes. I give you 6 minutes now to talk. So that's why I wanted you to go to this point instead of giving us a lot of stories. Sorry, guys. You know, I hate people when somebody brings you to the show, go to this point, stop beating around. Now, let me try to explain to him what he's talking about. Okay? 1, you've not signed the law. You just had a town hall meeting. So we don't even know the direction you are going. Listen, guys, we must begin to strategize. We're not saying the governor is, you have not signed, you had a meeting to them, a meeting with the people. You said you are going to come back in 2 weeks and have another meeting with the people. The following day, you were already at the villa, and he said, and I quote, ranching is very expensive. So I would want us to take advantage of the livestock. Hello? Yeah. Oh, anyway. Okay, guys, listen now. He said, and I quote, ranching is very, very expensive. And we want the people to take advantage of the livestock transformation agenda of the government that is soliciting for funds. So it's not like, give me money. Okay? And 2, the livestock agenda of the federal government is people get free land. So go back and read what the livestock transformation agenda of the federal government is talking about. Why do you think Benin governor stopped it? Why do you think Benin governor rejected it completely? Because it is a government project run by the federal government in collaboration with the state government. And when the state government comes in, giving free lands for these agendas. So before I come here, I'm one who reads and one who does a lot of investigations. So I don't just come to the show based on a front value of fact and figures. Okay, like I said now, we're not even talking about the Fulanis now. I just told you now there are many people in Benin that owns cattle being reared or controlled by the Fulanis. I've left the Fulanis aside this entire process right now. There are Benin millionaires who are cattle rearers, who are cattle herders, who are cattle businessmen. Okay? So, it is a private business. And every private business must be dealt with privately. Just the way the government enact laws on poultry farms and pig farms, that you cannot have your pig farm, even if your farm is in the bush, maybe you have been there for 20 years, and development came to meet you in that place. The law says you will be evacuated from that place to a new site to start afresh. That is a law. The law did not say in any way that the government will have to build or support you to do what you are doing. On the issue of the fertilizer I was talking about, sir, the farm is run by the people. Okay? So the government comes to support them with fertilizer, and fertilizer support is not 100% free. It's what we call subsidizing. If they are talking about subsidizing for these people, maybe you buy your land, the government can come and help you. We subsidize some of these things you need to put in there. Then that would be a different ball game entirely. But in a situation whereby everything is not to be done, we're talking as if Benue refused it. Why? Why do you think Benue refused it? That's number one. Number two, my brother that came, 17 governors sat together and make a law, agreed on the law. Why are we trying to change our own? Follow the suit. Do your own in a way that is workable. But let there be end to end the open grazing. That's the first thing they want. Hello, good evening. Please, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Steven.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Steven.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hello, Mr. Steven.
I can hear you.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm just watching your show now, and I want to make a bit of contribution regarding this anti-grazing.
Okay, your name, please.
Law. Yeah, my name is Peter.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been listening to what you've been saying, and also some of the callers have called in as well. You understand? But there's a question I want to ask regarding this anti-grazing.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
It is true that South governors have come together and have agreed that an anti-grazing law should be passed in all southern states, which is fine. But the question I want to ask is that are all states that are passing this law, are they free to implement the law as they deem fit in their own states, or is there a standard template for every state to implement this law?
Okay.
That is my question.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the truth of the matter is, based on what we had, please jump. Based on what we had, there is a template. The template is there should be no cattle on the street anymore. That's the template. So you can decide on your own to give lands if you wish. If your people agrees to give land to the elders, that's no problem. But the template is we should make sure that all the cattle elders is confined in the place. So that is the line of operation of the agreement that they reached. They must be confined in the place to reduce this elders farmer clashes, as it's being called. Number one, to reduce the kidnappings that is being done by the elders. At least they said the moment the real cattle elders are not be confined within a certain geographical location, they cannot be able to fish out the criminal elements among the people. Okay, so that is the template that they all agreed on. And that was what we were saying, that based on that template, the governor would have gone ahead and make his own law. And allow, when you make your law, you can start to give the people, like the first caller called, you can start to give them what we call benefits, if you want. And the truth is this, we don't have lands in Benin to actually give for free to anyone. We don't have it. So it's a private business, must be dealt with privately. If you're running a cattle business, be ready to pay and pay and build your ranch yourself. Because the problem they are having is, let me tell you guys, it's not building the ranch. That's not their problem. No. They can. Do you know that every cattle herders actually have a place where they sleep? How many of you know that? Every cattle and their herders have a place where they sleep. Not all of them sleep in the forest, though. I can promise you that. Some of them bought lands. But can they buy the feed? Can they provide the feed to feed these very particular cattle? The answer is no. Okay? I live around Ubo, Amaba area there. Most of the time I see Pastor Sagezeyamo's cattle outside. We all know his cattle. His cattle, they are fatter, bigger than the normal cattle. But most of the time we see them outside on the streets. He has a ranch. What Pastor Sagezeyamo had there is called a ranch. Atamaba. It's called a ranch. Okay? He has a big, mighty land fenced around where his cattle are. But every day, they move the cattle out of that ranch into the street. Do you know why? Because they do not want to pay for the feeds of these cattle. We must just tell ourselves the truth. There's no time to beat around the bush. The truth of the matter is this, guys. Let me tell you something. Based on what I heard, Obaseki is tied. He's tied. There are people in the corridor of power who are actually the ones running the show as far as the cattle business is concerned in Benin, in Edo State. From the north of Edo to the central to the south. They are big-time multi-millionaires in Edo who are political gladiators and traditional gladiators in Edo State that are running the racket of cattle business. So they've been in this business for over 30 years. That's what they do for a living. So these guys are actually, they have held him to the neck. He's scared of taking some decisions. That's why when I started, I said the government should speak. The Edo people will back him up. So there's no need of you asking for the livestock association. You're not the one that even supposed to speak for them. Because nobody speaks for the poultry farmers. Nobody speaks for the fish farmers. Nobody speaks for the pig farmers, for the goat farmers, for the grass cutter farmers, or wherever. Nobody speaks for them. They have no representative anywhere. No government had ever, for once, spoken on their behalf. That very particular meeting with the president was uncalled for. Doesn't matter how we say it. Yes, because like I said, like he said, everybody have their way of thinking. His own thinking was, okay, let me go and talk to the president on that. You don't need to do that. You are talking to, is it because the people who are involved are his tribes and kings? Men? Is that why? Is that why you have to go speak to him? This is your state. We are not operating a unitary system of government. We are actually operating a federalism where each state is independent of others. So what will benefit your people, what will make your people safe is your first priority. So it's not the responsibility of the governor to go and solicit funds for private businessmen to run their business. It's not. With the Alpha, listen, do you also know, guys, that the kidnapping today that is happening in Edo by those Fulanis, they are also Benins. The Benins, you know when I mean the Benins, I mean the Afemas, the Essans, the Esako, and the Edo people. They are the Benins that are also part and parcel of that racket. I'm telling you guys today, because I've been thinking of this. How can it be possible for people to leave their state and come into our state and operate freely without nobody talking to them? They live in our forest. Okay, I got some very reliable information that some of the leaders, the sponsors of those very particular people are actually of the Benin extraction. You know that there are some people that actually live in crime. They live and dwell and eat crime. That's what they live in. But you see them in society today, very big, well-known, rich, and mighty. But the truth of the matter is they live in crime. That's what they do for a living. So when people begin to say, listen, guys, this old system we are operating today is to make the governor to be aware that the people are behind you, not subsidized few. Step on toes. You step on toes before we clap for you. Do it again. Put the people on the front burner of everything you do. You're going to see the people celebrating you. People are dying. It was yesterday, I think in Kaduna, the Fulani elders, they had a meeting. They had, having the head of what is happening, they had a meeting. And they said they are going to join the states in the south to fish out the bad eggs in their midst. Why did they hold the meeting after the Edo town hall meeting? Because they saw that the entire Edo people spoke in one voice. We were the last that was left. So they were hoping maybe we're going to say something different from what others have said. But when they heard that we are still on the same line, open grazing is prohibited in order to safeguard the lives of the people. That is the priority, guys. Do you want Edo to be like Kaduna State? Do you want Edo to be like Benue or Plateau? Do you want Edo to be like Katsina, Kano, Sokoto, Zamfara, Borno? This is how they all started. Pampering people who are supposed to be dealt with systematically. We're not saying drive them away. No, we are not asking them to be driven away. These are private businessmen. You do your business in a confined place. Listen, how can they pay tax when they sell cows on the way? How? How can they pay tax when they move from the north to the south and they move from the south to the north? Do you know during that very particular meeting that was held there? During that very particular meeting that was held there, one of the Fulani representatives said 60% of the cows they sell in Edo is imported from the north. No yera. No yera. No yera. Who is the person that buys those cattle from the Fulanis? They are actually Benin people. They do not want to spend more money on them. They want to make money. They refuse to spend money. So rather, they give these cattle to these boys and send them on the streets. Like this boy just said now, the first caller that called. We live with these people for over 60 years. Have we ever cried that they are wicked? Have we ever cried that Fulanis are troublesome people? Have we ever cried that Fulanis are killers? Have we ever cried that Fulanis are murderers? Have we ever cried that Fulanis are rapists? Have we ever cried that Fulanis are ungrateful? The answer is no. Actually, when I was growing up, one of my best friends, a lady, was a Fulani lady. She was born, bred in Benin. She actually speaks Benin. Okay? She actually speaks Benin. Who are these ones that are not carrying AK-47 around the town? Who are these ones that are not actually robbing people, killing people? Who are these ones that are not raping our women? Who are these ones that are not creating havoc today? How are we going to differentiate them from the original Fulani herders? How? How are we going to differentiate them from the original Fulani herders? Guys, how? How are we going to differentiate them from the original Fulani herders? Can somebody tell me that? When the government is making mistakes, we should be able to tell the government, sir, you are making mistakes. Nothing bad in it, my brother. The government is not monopoly of knowledge. No, it's not. The government is just a human like you and I. Providence took him to where he is. It was an opportunity that actually brought him to that seat of power. So him being the governor of the state doesn't mean that he's Mr. Know-it-all. We all know in parts. Oshomole was there before. He ruled us for 80 years. Lokinini was there before. He ruled us for 80 years. Osimbo was there. He ruled us for a year plus. We had the last of Ali, Obemudia, and Co. They were there before. When they leave office, we did not see some mistake that they made while they were in office. You heard when President Jonathan was speaking one day. He said, when you are in the office, you will not know how it works until when you leave. You start seeing things differently. You start seeing things differently from outside. So when you are doing things that is not working, you know, to the deep taste of the people, it is the people that will tell you this part isn't the right part. What I'm saying is he does not have to solicit funds for these people. They are private businessmen. Let them go and run their business by themselves. That is my take. Just like the poultry farmers run their business by themselves, the fish farmers, the goat farmers, the pig farmers, let the cattle farmers go run their business by themselves. We shouldn't pretend about it. This is not about Obaseki. This is about the people. We speak to him because he is our representative. Right now, the ball is in his court. Nobody should tell me we should allow him to do it the way he wants. He has the right to fly away when the ships are down. He has battalions of security personnel protecting him and his families. We do not have. I can provide security for myself. I can, if I want to, but can everyone in Edo State do that? Like I said, to have a security 24 hours of the day, 365 days of the year, as far as I'm in Nigeria. But can everybody in Nigeria do that? The answer is no. So we must stand on the side of the people at every point in time. This very particular bill is overdue. No need of going around. No need of trying to not to hurt some people. If their interest is against the interest of the general public, Oga, I'm begging you, give them a hammer on their head, nothing they happen. That's why we believed in you. You fought Oshomole to a standstill. You fought those criminals in APC to a standstill. And we knew you have that strong zeal in you. Bring it out. And deal with issues the way they ought to be. Not trying to say, oh, I don't want to step on toes. Step on toes. We dare your back, nothing they happen. Anything you do that is for the people will back you. You only have problem when your policy is anti-people. That's where the people will listen to the opposition. If what you are doing is for the people, they will back you up. I think people are tired of godfatherism. We are backward. I know many of the contracts today are awarded to Edo Sons. I'm going to tell you guys today, many of those contracts you see actually are awarded to Edo Sons. They don't do anything. Should we continue like this? The ball ends on the court of the governor. The governor should start dealing with some of these people. The guy he appointed as the medical director of Edo Specialty Hospital, who he fired the other day. That guy owns 2 hospitals in Abuja. 2 big hospitals in Abuja. In these few years, he was the MD of Edo Specialty Hospital. He bought 2 gigantic hospitals in Abuja. And the only thing they could do is to fire him. The only thing they could do to him is to get him fired. When such a man is supposed to be languishing right now in jail for betrayal of trust and embezzlement of the fund of the general people. The only thing he could do to him, Mr. Moyi, they fired him. And somebody will say, okay, you might still don't need to talk about that. As a leader, if I'm a governor today of that state, bros, I'm ready to resign tomorrow, but I will do what I need to do to put Edo on the map. I will fire who I want to fire. I will expose who I need to expose. But they will say, no, we don't want to step on toes. It should just go with the money. Benin Waterstone project that Obaseki said he was going to probe. We've not heard of it again. Central Hospital, they said he was going to probe. We've not heard of it again. Is that the kind of life we want to live? People live with 30 billion. We didn't heard of it again. Is that the way we will continue living, my people? Then when people like us try to make the people go and understand that we are feeling the heat, they will say we should take it easy with the governor. Nobody have an issue with the governor. I don't have an issue with the governor. I never had an issue with him. I'm just telling him he should step on toes. Deal with some people. Listen, you were once an essay to the governor for 8 years. You are not the governor for 8 years. That's you have been in government for 16 years. So what more do you want? If you leave today, like Tinubu left, the last time Tinubu had a position was governor of Lagos State. See, then it became a leader. Leave a legacy behind. And people will vote for you when it comes to you being a senator. You do not need a Buhari permission to be a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Go look at the North today. The North are even clamoring for Wike to contest for presidency. The entire South now is already warming up for Wike for presidency. What do you think is happening? Wike step on toes. He step on toes. He's just building and doing what he's doing. If it is, sometimes they'll say he's a tyrant. He deal with them when the need comes. Put you in your shoe. Make the people feel the impact first. How about why you be Obaseki now? Who you dey fear? Who you dey fear now? You don't make name for yourself. You be the first governor in the whole of Edo that the people supported. They stand behind you. They fought your battle. You know how many bullets Edo people take? You know how many bullets Edo people take for your behind? During the election, you know how many bullets, both spiritually and physically, people be ready to die for you. You're supposed to hold on to that kind of opportunity. Go hold on to them and deal with them. So far, you deal with them according to the law. So nobody go talk say you the wish on time. Law, do it according to the law. Let it feel the impact of the people's will that you are carrying. You're not answerable to any godfather right now. You're only answerable to the Edo people. And if the Edo people speak, you listen and act according to what they want. If you don't want to talk, send us back. Send us the name for back. Give us their names. We go use them to sing. Listen, like me now, I don't fear anybody. I fear no bagger. I only respect people. The only person I don't feel talk to for Benin. The only person I cannot talk to in Benin, or the whole of Benin, the only person I can't talk to is our royal father. Apart from any other person, I don't look your face. It's the only person that I will never. But apart from him, if you like me will be chief. I don't, Nogi, if I catch you for wrong corner and your matter reach my table, I go wash her directly. If I catch and say your matter reach my table, I go wash the matter. And then look back. Now let our papa now not fit go. So the same thing with Obaseki. Deal with some of these people. Press the use your iron shoe. That's why they call you a maton one. That's why they call you a maton one. Use a maton shoe. Take mash their toe, break their toe. No, just step. Not step on her. If you step on her, you go squeeze her. Let me blood come aside. Let them feel the pain, the wrath of the people. We they send you message now. We they tell you, say, all these people we want make us to become poor. When they make us the wrong come for home, we go enter. Listen, guys, I think few days ago, our people died at the Mediterranean Sea. Our people died in Libya few days ago. It don't be these people they cause them. Why are people running away from home? Do you also know, guys? Listen, they go make me vex now. Do you also know, guys, that for over 20 years, the oil revenue coming from Edo State is in the pocket of some few people in that state? For over 20 years, the oil revenue is in the pocket of some people. We are the fifth or the sixth largest oil producing state in Nigeria, but we have nothing to show for it. Go to Akwa Ibom, go to Cross River, go to Delta, go to Bayelsa, go to Rivers. Go and see what they are using their money to do. No, on that one, on that oil own, Obaseki don't deal with them. On that oil, Obaseki don't collect them small now. But you me talk, make it call them out, make it call their name for us. If you not one caller, make it give me the name. Imo Ropa. I fear no bagger. Listen, as I did now at my age so if I die, I've left a legacy behind that people will follow. People will remember humanist. People will honor me. If I go, say as I did, so say something happen. They will remember what I stood for. Waiting. We'll keep quiet. If I enter there, I promise you, in 1 month, I will shake table. I will shake the table, I will shake and shake, I will break the table. I will open everybody's yansh. So far, I'll make sure say everything they do not for the progress of the people. Wawutin, if you see they fly, the real wish na poor men. If you say you be criminal, the real criminals na poor men. If you say you be cultist, the real cultist na poor men. If you say you be aya killer, the real aya killers na poor men. So the man who is standing on the side of the poor people will always be defended by the poor. Simple logic, guys. So when you start working on the side of the people will always, both physically, spiritually, mentally, and otherwise, they'll be on your side. Can't keep quiet. Your people are dying every day. Well, my friend, I told her, I said, I'm gonna be in Nigeria very soon. He said, I would love to come to Benin. She lives in Abuja. I said, okay, come now. He said, please, I can't do. Can you buy me ticket? I said, buy you ticket from Abuja to Benin. He said, He said, I'd rather spend 20,000 to buy ticket than to spend 8,000 naira and get kidnapped on the way. Can you imagine that now? People don't even travel from Abuja anymore to Benin if you are not rich. You have to have money to not buy a flight. Is that the kind of life we need to live? Send people into the forest. But before then, you must sign a law, because if you don't sign a law, there's going to be a transfusion. People who is talking, I don't even know. Last year, I think it was in November or December, last year, there was a guy called Ghost Time. He was kidnapped. And he sent me a note or a message that the kidnapper sent him to the Nigerian police and to the Edo people. The message is not even it's not my setup point, but in that he said these guys have over 500 cattle in the forest. At any time they see the people coming in, you see them, they start moving with their cattle. How will you not hold a cattle rearer who you see with maybe 50 or 100 cattle moving? How will you not hold him and said you are a tourist or you're a kidnapper? It's not possible. If you do that, the police is going to come and pick you up. But the moment this law is enacted and properly enforced, not to victimize them, because our people actually live in the north also, give them a space of 6 months to build, either for them to build or we can build for them, the rent. Yeah? We can build for them, the rent. On strict agreement between the landlord and the tenant, signed by lawyers on both sides, making their lawyer or our lawyer to be liable if any of the two breaks the agreement that is in that very particular contract. If possible, an affidavit will be sworn to back up such an agreement. People who have land, people who have money to build up ranches can actually build for them, where they will come and rent and be paying royalty to the landlords. Then in terms of feed also, we can also have farmers now who actually, plant this hybrid feed grasses for these animals. At that point, we are creating job opportunity, businesses for both the Fulani herders and also for the local farmers. If you don't only end the clashes between them, it also boosts the economy of the state. So what are people talking about? You see, there's so much advantage allowing them to go into ranching. If you don't have the money to buy land, we borrow. I mean, we build ranches, they come and rent. This is simple. There are people there who are multimillionaires who are ready to actually, engage in the ranching business. If the government gives them a go ahead. How much does it cost to build a ranch? How much does it actually cost to actually build a ranch? I've seen Zeyamu's ranch. The whole thing there, except the land, the location of the land. If you go and buy land in the village, maybe you're going to get maybe 20 acres for less than 5 million naira or 10 million maximum for 20 acres of land in a remote area. Then, with your fencing and everything, if you are putting 100 million naira into that, you've already gotten that. That ranch there, maybe 3 different cattle herders can actually live in that place, where feed will now be brought in to them to take care of their animals. This is done in every developed world. It makes even, that's why I say, if you see Zeyamu's If you see ZMO's cows, you see them very mighty cows, mighty cattle, my brother, mighty ones. ZMO's cattle, mighty cattle, mighty. Yes, hello. Please.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to make this contribution to your
Okay, go ahead.
If that's all right. Yeah, I've been hearing what you have been saying since, you understand. And, you know, I must commend you. You are doing a good job. Well done. Keep going and keep doing it well. But what I want to quickly run through is this. You know, all these anti-grazing bill and whatnot, you know, the motivation for all of this boils down to security. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the reason why.
Because there's a lot of insecurity. You know, I hear you mention about the Benin out road and all that. You know, which is you know, alarming to say the least. But one question I want to ask, where people are failing to even identify is within the whole security ecosystem of our country and our state in general, is that is the police. You know, what I want to say about the police is this. You know, the police in society are law enforcers. We all know that. Police, forget about vigilance now. I'm talking about the recognized by law, that's recognized law enforcers in society is the police. But sometimes I even wonder if Nigeria even has police force. You know, because why am I saying this? You know, I think it was some time ago, the whole news in the country where they kicked against SARS. They don't want SARS in the country, that's not good. And the police will do the SARS. Now they are not police patrol, not SARS anymore. So the highway are free. It's not even free for hoodlums to feast on. So what I want to ask is that, you know, the Nigerians have been crying, and those things have been crying about this insecurity. What role? How is police fighting? Because police are the law enforcers in society. I have not heard anybody speak about how is the police strategizing. Mr. Stephen, please, maybe I will beg you to do a program one day about the police force. Because we cannot just ignore police is just there. But at the end of the day, these are people we trust to enforce law for us in society, to help us fight crime. You understand? But I have not really seen, you know, not just Edo State, even the whole country, I have not even seen how the police is strategizing about how to fight crime. That is like, okay, my question is now that SARS has been removed and there's no more police patrol, what is the way forward for police to, how can we see more police presence in our highways?
Okay.
That's my question.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now you just had a very good question now on this very particular issue. Now, this is the answer. The first thing is this. That is why I said it. That's why I said the governors needs to start speaking. They need to buckle up their quest for their constitutional powers. As of today, Nigeria is not practicing a federal system of government. They're actually practicing a unitary system of government. In a federal system of government, every state, every region, not the state now, every region has an Inspector General of Police. They call it the Regional Inspector General of Police. And we now have the Central Inspector General of Police who now control the entire state. Then every state has their police force. This is what we have been clamoring for, where the governors have refused to actually put so much on it to make this to become a reality. Because the only way we can see an effective, efficient policing in Nigeria today is where the indigene of every state is being given the permission to police their state. Let me tell you something. During the time of our brother, you know, I call him my brother. People can say they don't care. During the time of Lawrence Aranini, when Lawrence Aranini was becoming a very tough guy, what did IBB did? IBB said, now let it do what we call ethnic transfer. If you are from Edo State, return back to Edo. If you are from that side, they did it. They did not give Solomon Ariase and others, they go ahead to fish out Anini as soon as possible. In less than 2 weeks after IBB did that, Anini was fished out. Do you know the reason why? Because if a guy living in Upper knows the terrain of Upper, if you go and bring an Osama from Borno State, he has no idea. That's number one. Number two, if an Edo man is in Edo, if even you are speaking Asian, he will hear what you are speaking. If you are speaking Afema, he hears. He can be able to decode what, because they are similar languages. He can be able to decode what actually you are saying. So it makes policing more easier and more effective than the process that we have now. When you have a full animal or an Hausa man or an Ibirama who do not actually understand simple English, don't talk of understanding your language. So when these guys are doing their robbery, they speaking Benin or speaking Ishan or Afeman languages, they cannot be able to comprehend what they're saying. And that will make the policing a very tough, deal to deal with. Number four, sir, all the commissioner of police have been appointed by the federal government, which is the Inspector General of Police, and they take absolute command from the Inspector General of Police, not the state governors. So I expect the state governors to as a matter of fact, begin to ginger and push for this kind of thing, whereby they should have the authority to actually make their own policing, or if not just their policing, create a security network that will be very functional, reliable, and effective to deal with issues of internal security within the state. The reason was this: the first time the local vigilante at Eho community in Benin Ochi Road followed the police into the forest, they killed 52 bandits and rescued over 300 people. The first time. You know why they had such a great success? Because these people knows the terrain. It is their community. They understood every inch of it, how they can move around and circle these guys down. They actually circled them and they did that with them a heavy blow. But if it was maybe an Hausa man being brought in who had no idea of how the terrain of that forest is, how you're going to do what you're going to do. Number five, we know today that the people actually committing crime in Nigeria today are from the northern extraction. And also the people who are in the corridor of power, particularly those of the hierarchies, are also of the northern extraction. There's a conflict. There's a conflict of interest as at that point in time. So this is the reason why you see the police is looking not being functional. But outside Nigeria, Nigerian policemen are the best. Why do people say that? It's become worrisome. If they're the best outside, but inside, they are not actually what they ought to be. That's it, sir.
You're very correct, humanity, because truth be told, our policing system is completely broken in Nigeria as a whole. And I also agree with you that the police system in the country should be decentralized. You understand? Whereby you can still have federal police, but each state should have their own state police. You understand? I think that to try which the state has full control over. You understand? I think it will be better going forward, because at the end of the day, we cannot say we are a country or a state, we have police and it's like there's no police existing. Bandits are just running through on the highway, there's no police presence on the highway. I don't understand it. I don't understand what kind of country we are living in. Honestly, it's my imagination sometimes when I think about it. So my brother said it. Well, I just want to thank you for the work you are doing. I know it's not easy, I just I should just drop these 2 cents. I think at some point, somebody needs to call out the police.
Yeah. Maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that in one of my videos.
Yeah, no problem. Let me let you continue.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
So, guys, you understand that. So the issue is this. Your Excellency, sir, Governor Obaseki, step on toes. That's what we want you to do. These guys who are making you, who have used the rope to tie your hands, the Edo people are behind you. Let me tell you something, sir. The only place that the Edo people was not behind you, I'm going to tell you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, sir. The only place, the only time they were not behind you was the return of the artifact Buraha. That's all. Where they said, let Papa handle his property. Now his grandfather will make it handle land. That's all. Not let any of these iniges deceive you that they have power to mobilize people against you. They don't have any power. Don't let all these politicians deceive you that they have power to. The Benin people today, the Edos, the Afemas, the Esan people, they not go listen to them. As far as what they do, now to the favor of the general people, they will stand behind you and even fight their leaders for you. They did it during the election and you won. They are ready to do it just again. So all you just need to do, okay, is to enact the law, make ranching mandatory, and let it be on a private note. The only thing you can do to help them is to ask the federal government to enact a law to allow banks, particularly industrial banks, to give soft loans to farmers who wants to go into ranching business. Then that it will not be at their own penury, not on the shoulder of the state or the federal government. This is what I expect to have happened. It's a private business. You can create a model. Since it is an urgent thing that needs to be done to save lives and property and to bring normalcy to the society, a law can be enacted to make sure that banks like industrial banks and any other banks can be asked to give soft loans to people who actually have to people who actually have what it takes to go and build ranches. And the truth of the matter is this, I don't even think the Fulanis needs to build a ranch in Edo State. I don't even think so. I don't think so. Building ranches in Edo State takes a lot of land. They have lands in the north. If I were them, I don't need to come to the south. Sambisa Forest is as big as the entire Niger Delta State, the South region. It's as big as the South. They can actually ranch their cattle there, create the financial hub there, and import to us these animals to us in the south. We buy from them, we keep them in our ranches to sell or slaughter. So we are going to be like the middleman. So we can't take it to the street anymore. They ask, maybe you're going to have maybe 500 cattle in my farm. Maybe I'm going to have 500 cattle in my farm. And that 500 cattle I'm going to have in my farm, in the next few weeks, it's already gone. Okay? Then I import again in my farm. So this is what I expect also. So they can put up this whole thing, give the federal government advice. Just like the leader of the foreign said, say most of the cattle they bring to the south, they say 60% of it from the north is for slaughtering. Okay? Let me speak this call, please. Yeah, good evening, please. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Zazou. I'm calling from the US, sir.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Sorry, sir. I called you earlier. Like, we're trying to have a meeting out. I just wanted to give you time. See, we're on the same page, sir. The whole idea of, deliberating. I know the time you are spending. You live in the Western world. The time you are using to do this, I know how much it will fetch you when you want to do it, use it for your own private work. But what I'm trying to say is, we have for us to have a balance, sir. See, we know the effort all of us need to produce Obaseki against governor in Lagos State. We are all for the development of our state. There are some questions I want to there are some issues I want to straighten up. I want us to be on the same page. You know, it might take me a little time. I don't know if you will grant me some time to point out certain things. It's to help us to move us forward. So that we'll also know in that position. Please.
Yeah, go ahead. We are listening. Just go ahead.
Yes, sir. Like I was saying before, we all agree that the open grazing is outdated. It's no longer evoke. Because we also believe that. You believe that, I believe that. Which means it's not going to be anymore. Number one. We agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Number two, the concern of Obaseki, from what I saw, from what I heard, from what I see, the other one there was need for alternative, right? You know, when he was asking the question, people were not comfortable with the way he was asking. Oh, the winner, if I come to your party, will you now you offer me fish and all that? No, that one did not go down with a lot of people very well. I think the cow meat was more important than human life. You know, people, they don't get, that one was wrong. But what I'm saying is, he was trying to say that these people cannot be, driven out of the business. Let's even leave the cool and let's compare with the part of business in general. So, what he was trying to say is, as we try to protect the interest of everybody, the business interest of those individuals, that is their livelihood, based on livelihood, also needs to be protected. I think I'm right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So I'm just pointing out to you, I have nothing against you, please. Zero your mind so that you can understand what I'm saying, so that we cannot be biased against ourselves, please. I have nothing against you, I have nothing personal against you, I have nothing personal against me. It's all about the development of our state, security of lives and property. I think I'm right.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So, if he says anti-grazing, open grazing is outdated, everybody is against it. There's a lot of things everywhere. Nobody is happy for people to be raped, for people to be killed, for farm produce to be destroyed. Even the most difficult problem we even have. Very soon there may be no food because farmers cannot longer go to their farms and have food. Look at the price of food items in the market. Nobody is happy. But when I try to understand the Obaseki is trying to do, he's trying to use people are blaming him for going to that meeting, agreeing with them, and coming back to do another thing. My brother, I think that I see some wisdom that will appeal to you. I see some wisdom in what he did. Even if he goes to that meeting of about 70 governors and say no, it's a minority interest. And they're still going to come up with a community, which is the interest of all. That is why in politics they tell you the minority will have their say, but the majority will have their way. Am I also right there, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Now, he has come out to say, okay, another question I want to ask to the first place, one of the first places where the anti-grazing law was implemented was in Benue State, sir. Am I right? Benue State. The governor too.
Yeah.
My question is as if, I like your courage, I like your exposure. I like the way you address issues. But in Benue State, sir, as the part of open grazing actually stop killing them. No, the answer is no. It's even more there. Look at Ebonyi. The very day Ebonyi enacted that law, there's open grazing. The killing in Ebonyi escalated. I'm not saying about Obaseki should be afraid of them. But the town meeting, from what I gather, from what I can get from the town meeting, I think he was trying to get the input of all stakeholders. I don't have Obaseki's number. I voted, I supported him during the election. Since then, I've not called him. I've not really to call him. So you know, put them the power meeting to me in my own estimation was to get input from different stakeholders. So at the end of the day, if you're passing the law, even with the national officer, when the process of lawmaking, it gets to a point where they call a public hearing. That is to allow people, they call students, they call the workers, they call different shades of opinion so that they can make their input before passage. That's what they normally do. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So that was to I afford the different stakeholders opportunity to make their input. My brother, if you make a law, maybe the law is as simple as ABC. The House of Assembly will work with you before you know the law is ready. In implementation, sir, I salute the courage of the caller that called you, the last call you received. That one brought out a very sensitive and germane point. Implementation is in the hands of the police. If you go to those people today, the commissioner of police must be either from the north or from the east, who does not even understand our own environment. Am I right or wrong, sir? Implementation will be difficult because you see, the things will escalate. If you put the law today, even the Yamuka is talking about, once they step out of that their ranch, you know, you see people trying to kill them. They don't want to forget that. The kind of society we come from, when you are making a law, you, for your own mind, you see for the good of, for the interest of everybody. But some people also have some criminal interests. Once those kind of move out of their hands, they will be stolen, they will be killed, they will be work things. So, I think it was trying to look for a balance, look for a soft landing for everybody. For my own, that is our take for the another thing, sir, implementing the law without getting people involved, without having the police, we call it in paper, by constitution. The government is supposed to be the chief security of the state. But you and I know that he's not in charge. The police commissioner does not take instruction from the governor. It takes instruction from the IG, which is under the federal government, which is wrong, which is an operation, it's a journalism, just as you have pointed out. So these are the issues, sir. If you look at it from the surface, it's very simple. Everybody can be a governor. Everybody can be a president of social media. We all have it. We know the problem. We don't seem to have the solution. But my brother, when you are appointed there, when you are there, it's a different problem. I have to compare to you. Now, one thing in politics, you don't do things that will suit only you. Because this is, you know that this thing is good for your selfish interest. There are things you're not supposed to do. But because of the interest of other people, you have to accommodate. Look at Donald Trump when he was in America. There are things he wanted to do. If it was possible for you to trade away every plan, you would have done it. But the institutions, you know, are here, they are organized. He could not do them. Because it's not about him, it's about the people. Look at the Democrats, sometimes they will come out and tell you, support the law, support the Islamism. It's not as if they actually like it. But there are no people that have been trapped in that environment. How do you not protect them? How do you not accommodate their interests?
Okay, Esa, I think I've given you about 9 minutes now. Can you just round off, please?
Oh, my brother, I wanted to ask you some simple questions. I don't know if I can come up on the program like this.
You can join us tomorrow, 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, I will. I think I will. If I can create time, because of work.
Okay.
There are some questions I need to ask you. I don't need to allow me go on with the questions so that you can provide some answers.
You can drop the question on the comment section, then I can pick it from there.
No, you don't answer. I'll correct it. You don't answer.
No, I answer it too.
Brother, you're talking about Central Hospital. If they tell you the contractor of Central Hospital, government cannot go there. If you go to public Central Hospital, you will be against the governor. I will be against the governor. You will see him as somebody that is against certain people. So there are all of this we cannot say, my brother.
No, Mr. Moyi was appointed by the governor. He was fired by the governor. And based on the report, sir?
I'm talking about the contract, the building contract.
No, we're not talking about the building contract now. We are talking about now the man who was there when after it had been built to manage the hospital. He's the man that stole money now. He has 2 private hospitals in Abuja right now.
The people of the country, they tell you, even the airport road you see, if they tell you how much was used to tag that airport road.
It's 8 billion. Obaseki should arrest them. Listen, my brother. In government, forget about anything. If the people are behind you, do what the people want. We want to see a dome moving. That's what we voted Obaseki.
Yes, sir.
So it should sometimes you just take some actions and allow the people to follow and see their reaction.
Yeah, Mr. C, there was something I wanted to quickly also point out. The money, from my own understanding, it wasn't going to Abuja to beg federal government to bring money for him.
No. He wasn't begging. You don't understand. It's like you're not following me. He wasn't begging for him. He was begging money for them. We said no, don't get involved. If they are being, let it go and find solution. That's what we are saying.
Yeah, look at what he wanted to do. He wanted to see how the people, the cattle owners in Edo State can take advantage of that federal government program.
Baba, my brother, they have been aware of that since last year because they do not want to spend 1 kobo extra. Do you know why? Because when the government give them this small money to build this ranch, so government will not be giving them feed. Their major problem is not to build a ranch. It's not expensive to build a ranch. It's the feeding. Because cow eat like hell. They know they can. Yes.
They have to be prepared. They have to feed their cows. They are making profit.
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to at all. That's the problem. They don't want to do that.
It's going to be a win-win situation because the government will be able to buy them.
You understand that? So this is where some of us are crying. We know. They don't, like I said now, he said Yamo has a ranch, but it doesn't have grass there. What it does is every day, he will take his cow out. They will go and feed outside in GROA. Mess up people's. There was a day I was building. There's a house I'm building for one guy who also lives in Texas, in US there. I'm building a house for him, a magic compound. We'll put a gate with a zinc. This cow came. They didn't know where I was up with the guy that was doing the POP. They used their head and hit the gate because they saw very fresh, because we just cleared the place, and there were these fresh elephant grasses. And the Aboki man jumped through the fence and pulled the gate. I'm telling you what I saw. And pulled the gate opened. We were up and we were just 2. Then I came down with the guy who was there and I said, take the cow out. He said, no, he's not going to take them out. Then I went out and called some boys in that street. When we were now about 7 before he took the cow out. This is what happened to me, sir. On the side where I was working, building a house for somebody. So you would have imagined if we were not there, they would have gone in, destroy what they want to destroy, mess up the place, and move out. Or if it was just me that were there, as he said, was not living, and I had to force, maybe he would have used his contact for me. Yeah. So when he said no, and look, I said, okay, I just told him, we just left the compound. It was still there when we left. It was still cutting the grass when we left. A compound that had a gate, he jumped through the fence and pulled the gate open. You understand, sir? So these are some things we are afraid of. That if you enact the law, if it happens like that, I will go to the nearest vigilante and bring them in. They will arrest him and the cattle from my side to where the man will put them.
Yeah, Mr. Stephen, if they are not against enacting the law is still coming on board. They're going to come up with the law, but they're going to see what will make something mess up the law, right? People have to make inputs. The law has to be human oriented. It has to have a human face. It has to be, it has to protect the interest of all stakeholders. The citizens who are not safe, the farmers who products have been destroyed, the cattle areas on their own, and government on the other side.
And sir, do you also know that in that town hall meeting we had, there was no farmer there?
No, there were no farmers?
No, there were no farmers in that town hall meeting.
That was one meeting where there were no farmers.
No farmers there. It was just the cattle rearers that were actually the only people that were there were the cattle herders. No farmer. They brought the enuges and the other the CAN and the civil society organization and other government officials. There was no farmer there. And how will you have problem between 2 people? You brought one to the court to a meeting, and the other one was not there to actually say his own side of the story. Then how can you balance such a meeting? Okay, so these are some things that make people like me to say no. We need to start doing things the right way.
You're right, sir. I'm not against you, but the only thing I see, I think we're all on the same page. So that the finally out. It will be an all-round and a most comprehensive bill that will accommodate the interest of everybody for the interest of peace and unity in our state.
Okay.
That is what we want.
Thank you very much, sir. I need to go ahead, sir.
Bye-bye, sir.
Yeah. Please, let's wish Free Man for Mata a happy 55 years birthday. Please just write, let's wish our brother a happy birthday. He's 55. This is wonderful. We celebrate you, my brother, free for Christ Mata at 55. Happy birthday, sir. Please, I want to see happy birthday to Mr. Mata. Happy birthday to Mr. Mata. Birthday to Mr. Mata, please. Can you put it up on your wall? Please, guys. Can you put that on your wall? Okay, not a birthday. What is it at? Unfortunately, 55. I didn't get that. Unfortunately, 55. What does that is? So, guys, the issue is this, guys. Nobody's against Obaseki. We just want the best for Edo and every one of us. Okay? Whatever we are doing, the interest of the Edo people is what we actually okay, you are 55 likes. Okay, I get it now. So we're actually supporting him to do the best and make Edo great again. That's all. Nothing. We know his hands are tied, but he must lose his hand for the sake of the people. He must defend the people and the wish of the people. That's all we want. Thank you very much, guys. I need to go now. Today is already 10 in Sweden. I don't know what is the time in your place there. This is already 10 o'clock in Sweden. And please, before I go on to get some likes, let's get some likes. Let's push this like to 100. I don't know why it's difficult for us to give likes. You're watching the show that you have over 180 people watching you live, and you cannot even get up to 100 likes. Please let us know. As you are coming in, the first thing you do, you press the like button. The first thing you do, you press the like button. You give us courage. Okay, guys. Thank you very much, everyone. If there's no further question or contribution, then I need to take a bow. I need to take a bow right now, guys. If there's no other contribution, I need to take a bow. Today was actually the memorial service of our father, Lisa Victor Wifo, and okay, call Abiyiwa, because you can call. Let me give you 3 minutes. You can call in. You can call in, ma. Let me just give you 3 minutes. You can call in. Just give you 3 minutes. We have 6 minutes to 2 hours. So by 2 hours on the dot, I will be off from here. I already have the number on the screen now. The number is on the screen. The number is right on the screen right now, ma. Where's Sister Irene? Has she gone? The number is on the screen. It's on the screen right now. +4673 957 1107. It's on the screen. The number is on the screen. I bet your wife because the number is here. Are you seeing it? But the number is on the screen now. Can you see the number on the screen now? The number is right there on the screen for everyone to actually call in. The number is there now. Mommy, that's why I put it up. I'm putting it up, and if someone else again, I've also put it up also. Ooh. Okay. Tomorrow, Friday, we're going to have, we're going to have a show time tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Discussion time. We'll call it Nigeria Family Discussion. Okay. If you're interested, you want to be part of that show, please send a WhatsApp message to mommy. Can you put up that number? That Nigeria Watch number. Send send a message to that number and said you'll be interested to be part of tomorrow's discussion. It's going to be an organic discussion like we had last Friday, or last week. So we're going to have the same thing again this this week. Okay, so wanted to be on it. If you want to be part of it, just call us. Send send your name to that number and tell you you'll be interested, so we can book you in. Your name and just say I'm interested in the debate that will be coming up tomorrow, and so we can put you in and we'll give you time to actually have your own discussion and talk to the people, on issues that you actually want to talk about, whether you are talking for or you are talking against. So this is the number you can send your SMS, your message to that you are interested, and we'll book you for tomorrow's show. So we can take up to 12 persons. So we already have 3 persons now, myself, Israel, and Elvis, which is Nigeria Wash himself. So we are already 3. So we still need about 7 persons to be on the show. So you are welcome to join us on that show tomorrow. So it's going to be a very clear and open time of discussion on everything that has to do with Edo and Nigeria at large. Okay. So send message to this line. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I need to go now. It's already 2 hours. See you tomorrow again by 7 8 in the evening as we discuss, the general things that is happening in our state. 7 p.m. Europe time. 7 p.m. Euro time. Thank you, guys. God bless you. And bye for now.